Hey there Sagittarius, welcome to your weekly tarot reading. This one is for August 21st to the 27th. I'm going to jump on in and see what's on the cards for you. But before I do dive in, Saggy, if you wouldn't mind doing me a big favor, hitting that like button, thinking about leaving me a comment. I'm very interactive down there. And hitting subscribe if you like these readings, because it is all engagement based here. So if I don't get that engagement, the video goes out and then it crashes, it just goes nowhere, and then there's no real point in doing it, right? So if you want to keep the free content going, please do engage with the video. If you'd like a personal reading or healing at any stage with me, you will find the link down below to my website. You can pop over there, compare the readings, see what I do. You might also want to grab my freebie, which is my Learn Tarot Quick Guide, if you want to get started interpreting the cards for yourself. I also have a paid course, which is a deep dive into tarot. You will learn a full foundation and all the basics, and I do teach my signature reading process, giving a bit of structure to something that's like, oh my gosh, where do I start with this? And after that, if completing that course, you'll be able to read the cards for yourself, your family and friends. But also if you want to turn it into a side hustle, like so many people these days are wanting to earn more money on the side because, you know, cost of living, we're in a recession at the moment, definitely here in Australia. So this is one of the tools that you can create that if you feel that calling. So that's there. And then join me on Instagram for daily readings. I'm also making videos about angel numbers, spiritual awakening, my own, you know, personal shares as well. So you might want to join me there. Okay, Saggy, let's put all that to the side and concentrate on you now and your reading. I like to kick things off with a Moonology Oracle card, and we've got Show the World the Real You, Full Moon in Aquarius. Okay, well look, you know, there might be something that, you know, you're needing to bring to the forefront. Is it, you know, you need to speak up more, to be heard? Do you need to be seen in your authentic truth? Do you feel maybe like a different person on the inside to how you can show up in your job or in your relationship? You know, it's funny because before I started this work, like I've always had this big spiritual calling and all this stuff going on the inside, right? I had a spiritual awakening really young, but I was working with corporate clients, and even though I could like put the mask on and do that, I was just screaming on the inside, like, oh, I'm this person over here, you know, hello, see me. And I just felt like I wasn't authentically aligned. Now people meet me and they go, I can't believe you used to do what you used to do. So it's a funny thing. So we're looking at an alignment here, alignment of one of your life areas with who you truly are. Maybe there's a talent that you need to bring out into the world. Aquarian energy is your uniqueness, your authenticity, your gifts, your talent. All right, Saggy. I've got just the major arcana here in my hands. There's 22 of these cards. They are the big life lessons themes that we all move through. Let's see which one pertains to showing the world the real you. The moon. Well, couldn't have said it better. I mean, Saggy, the moon can be around a little bit of a smokescreen illusionary energy. Now, you might be dealing with somebody else like this as well, right? I'm not saying it's you, but somebody here might have a bit of a false mask on or feel like they can't be themselves in a situation. You know, and that can lead to a lot of subconscious kind of worries, fears and paranoias, like I said, where you might be being perceived as someone different than what you really feel. So you're being called to do some deeper shadow work around this and around your authenticity, because life gets so much juicier when we really line up all these things. Like since I started moving into, and I'm just using my anecdotal experience because it aligns with this reading. I'm not just trying to talk about myself. I have had people say that before. But you know, when you start to line up with who you truly are, like life just gets so much sweeter, right? The right people come in, the right opportunities come in. You feel coherence in your heart. If you're a Joe Dispenza fan, you know, he talks about the fact that if you're not incoherent between the brain and the heart, like you're going to attract situations, people, places, experiences that are also out of alignment, right? And that's where you're not seeing eye to eye, things aren't working, you're wondering why you keep going around the same cycle. So we're coming into balance. That's what you're being really asked to do here. Okay, situational energy, Sagittarius. Yeah, Seven of Swords. That's when you start attracting the Seven of Swords. Inauthentic people, people not being honest with you, maybe not being honest with yourself. You know, no one likes that energy, but it's there for a reason. We've got the King of Swords in the challenge position, and that's what you're being called. That's the Aquarian energy right there. That's what you're being called to become, Sagittarius. And then watch out for Sagittarius. Like, it's gonna be game on. The right opportunities, new potential, new growth, new passion. Like, that's what happens when you line up. And I could talk for hours on this topic because I've taken this journey myself. Fully dove very, very deep in this journey, and it was not very pretty for me because I resisted it for a really long time. That's another story, but maybe it's been like that for you as well. Okay, Sagittarius. Situational energy. We're going to clarify as we go. I've got 3 of Swords and 7 of Swords here in the situational energy. Now, you might be navigating this. It might be on the way to you. And the 3 of Swords is where we're in pain, right? And we might be severing ties with employers, friends, you look maybe partners as well, because there's authenticity, inauthenticity going on here. So the 7 of Swords can be betrayal, deception, feeling like you're undermining me. It's just an energy where, we're not in heart energy. We've got no cups here, right? It's just maybe you've chosen work or partner on, status, looks. You've made logical decisions, and I celebrate you for that, Sagittarius. But there comes a point where we need to honor the heart, because we need to bring it into coherence with the brain. And this morning on Instagram, I just put a post up about my embodied decision-making process, because I'm just a self-development and spiritual, evolution nut. So I'm going to share this. And my formula is that if we just make intellectual, sensible decisions, which is what we've always been told to do, right, by, parents, society, I believe that we can lead ourselves down the wrong path. So what we first need to do is look at the pros and cons about what we have in a situation, but then bring in the emotional intelligence, right? Because on paper, it might make sense for you to stay in a relationship that's loveless because you have, security, or a job that you hate because you have stability. But the ego loves to be safe, right? It doesn't want to be challenged, but we can't find happiness like that. And then we bring in intuition. We bring in intuition to that decision-making process. How do I truly feel? What do I feel in my gut feelings, in my stomach, in my body when I feel into each one of those scenarios? Because I just feel like what you've been choosing, and I don't think it's just one situation, but it's leading you here. It's leading you further away from connection, love, truth, growth. And it's time to show the world the real you and be more of who you authentically are. And then you're going to attract more people that are more loyal, honest, and authentic back. So I think you're being called to go through a really big life editing phase, right? That's where this guy with the big sword comes in. He's going to be like cutting away all of the dead wood. So Aquarian energy coming through in the very mature king energy. So it's really asking you to really be in your king vibes and work the decision-making process with logic, emotional intelligence, and intuition to consider letting go or moving away from relationships, places, people, experiences, habits, work that is just not in alignment with the real you. And this could be a process over, gosh, it could be over a couple of years. These readings, it's not just, oh, okay, this is for this week, going to wrap it up in a package, next week we just move on to something else. No, these can be pivotal life change readings, right? The Wheel of Fortune's here. You're actually wrapping up a whole 10-year cycle here. Might be the end of your people pleaser cycle. That's what I feel. And the Four of Wands is what is on offer if you work this process. And that's real stability and security, real happiness and real abundance, not just the illusion of. So the King of Swords wants you to take a big step back, like zoom it out, Saggy. I mean, you're Sagittarius, you're quite good at seeing the big picture. The thing about the Sagittarian energy is it loves everyone to be happy around them and loves to have fun, and that's cool, but don't sacrifice yourself in the process. So take a step back and look at your situations through that decision-making lens, that embodied decision-making, and think about what you need to let go of to start transforming your life in alignment with the real you. That's the work. That's the work right there, because it's not easy to do that. Not easy at all. So when I went through my process, I let go of a very established career, let go of almost all of my friends, and yeah, where I was living as well. I completely let go of everything. And that was a crazy time of my life, but now I'm so much more in balance, and I'm wondering what it is for you. So yeah, the King of Swords says, take a step out and just allow your hindsight to be your foresight. Like, you might have heard me say that before, but what I mean by that is you can get a really good gauge of what you're going to get in a situation based on what you've already been getting. And you've been getting this kind of shadowy, mask-wearing, undermining, gaslighting, taking, I don't know, sharp-edged energy. And in order to get away from that, we need to do some alignment work. And when you do, you're going to start attracting opportunities. New doors are going to open. The Wheel of Fortune wants to turn for you. It's expanding your reality through this. But yeah, we've got to go through the process. This feels very alive at the moment in the collective, this theme. Six of Swords. Whew. So yeah, the Six of Swords is you're in transition. And it's going to be an emotional transition as you slowly start to cut the threads of the old self and the old identity until it can fall away like a cloak. So I also see two lots of Three of Swords in this card. So like I said, this is not just one life area. I think it's going to be a couple or more, 2 or 3. Like, I'm going to change my job, change my relationship, let go of my friend, of some toxic friends, plus, you know, relocate out of an area that I'm surrounded by energy I don't want to be in. So we have this real shedding, like this real shedding energy and heading into the unknown. But what we have through there is change and being moved to your next cycle, where so many different doors are going to open. And maybe one of them is already open to you and you're wondering, should I step through? It feels really different. You know, but maybe it's more in alignment, but you're not used to doing that. So it could feel quite scary, but I feel like there's new growth on offer here. And the Page of Pentacles, just start taking small steps, and every little decision, every little thing you do, to say, is this in alignment with the real me? Does this bring me closer to who I am on the inside or further away? And that, again, I think that's just another decision-making model coming up right there. You know, that's a good way of looking at it. All right, let's clarify you. I also say that the, I've got the Moon again. I also say in the Chariot that the pages for me are the energy that comes in before the Ace. So, of course, this would be the foreshadowing or precursor to the Ace of Pentacles, which is new stability, right? New, solid contracts, commitments, you know, things tangible, right? The energy of this Moon card feels a little different because it's around new paths revealing and it's around hidden blessings. So it's saying if you keep moving, working that process and that shadow work, slowly but surely the Wheel of Fortune turns, because you're starting to, this is the inside work, this is the magician's work, this is alchemy, life alchemy that we're talking about. Like, a lot of people say to me, I read the comments, oh, you've been saying that for 5 readings and nothing's changed. I'm like, well, what have you been doing? Have you been doing the same thing? Well, you're going to get the same result. Like, what changes have you made? Have you shifted your energy? Are you just thinking better thoughts, or are you taking aligned action? Like, it takes more than that. It takes work. It takes hard decisions, right? It takes courage. It takes real guts. That's what it takes. But you can really move towards the sweet life here. Yeah, I'm feeling that. So yeah, Wheel of Fortune wants to expand your reality and move you to your next significant cycle. And I get the feeling this is a major cycle. We've got a 10-year energy here, and you're going to be moving to your next one, but you're going through, like I said, it's a shedding process. This feels like a, yeah, even the Leo reading was like this. It was really like spiritual awakening type of energy. Maybe it's Lionsgate that I'm feeling, but it just feels really, you know, we're moving into the age of Aquarius, and to be honest, like, things are getting real in the world, right? And we're not going to fare very well if we are not really leveling up in this energy and being authentic and trying to move towards that life that we want. So that's what I have here. I'm going to just leave this before I talk all day. Saggy, which is would have been very unlike me in my past career, but now that I'm reading tarot, I have a lot to say. So yeah, the Wheel of Fortune is here. It wants to turn, it wants to show the world the real you. We're going through a life cleanup. There's going to be multiple pain points of letting go, of release, but you're in transition. As you go through that process, and this is not a week-long process, this is starting now, this is your starting point, the right doors will open, the right people, places, experiences will come in. With every decision that you make, work the embodied decision-making process, use the logic, but don't rely on that solely alone. It will lead you down the wrong path. Bring in the layers of emotional intelligence, bring in the layer of intuition, and I think that you will find that after you get past the growing pains, that so many new opportunities, so much new growth, and so much new potential will come in. And you know what? I just don't see you looking back, Sagittarius. So that's what I have for you. I hope you enjoyed this reading slash ramble. I found it quite cathartic myself. So I'm going to leave it there. Yeah, if you want a personal reading, the first link down below will take you where you need to go. If you want to connect with me and get a real one-on-one tune in, I can do that. Please do like, share, comment, hit subscribe on your way out, and come across to Instagram if you want to continue the conversation with some deeper themes than what I can share over here, because the algorithm just hates it when you mix up topics. So I'm going to leave it there, and I'm just going to wish you so much love, magic, and healing for this journey, and know that I walk beside you in it. So thank you so much, Sagittarius. I will see you soon. Bye for now.